A big mistake that people think is that I need to have success in order to recruit people. But that's the wrong way to think. Now, if you think that if I was earning $10,000 a month, let's just think of any figure that your leader, someone that looks up in your company is making. If I was earning their income, $10,000 a month or $20,000 a month, it would be so easy for me to recruit people. A lot of people would join. If you think that way, you're thinking the wrong way. Because it's the chicken versus the egg, right? How can you get people to join if you're never going to make any money? But how can you make money if you don't have people joining you? And I'm not talking just getting a couple customer sales. I'm talking about building teams and making big money, right? We're talking about how great this profession is. And in order to make the big money, you need to build teams. So if you think, oh, well, if I build a team, if I start having some results, I can convince more people to join, that's the wrong way to think. Because every leader in any company, actually in any business, start with zero. And you have to understand you're not selling products, you're not selling services. You are selling you and your vision. And the good news is you don't need previous success to attract people. And every leader in your company never had any success in your company before they got started. Right? Because people buy the 3 C's. I kind of mentioned it already in the previous section. People buy the 3 C's. What are the 3 C's? They buy your change. How have you changed? I talked about Kate's boyfriend. He changed. He went from someone who never did personal development to actually reading books. Right? Change. How have you changed? Change is not just product change or changing the service. That's the easy one. But changing attitude, changing habits, changing lifestyle. Maybe you weren't healthy before and now you're healthy. You exercise. Or maybe you're like Kate's boyfriend who never read a book and started reading books. How have you changed? Maybe you were negative and became positive. That was my change that my friends noticed me. I used to be very cynical and negative, and I became positive. I had low self-esteem, low confidence. I had confidence. How have you changed? Right? People buy that change. That convinces people. Your change gets people's attention. So how have you changed? Write it down. How have you changed? And don't just think about money. How have you changed? Health-wise, habits-wise, attitude-wise, how have you changed? And then this is important. How can you share your change on social media? How can you share your change on social media? Because everyone's watching you. So an example of this is maybe you used to never exercise, and now you're posting stories every day on Instagram or Facebook or creating reels showing that your exercise routine. That's a change. Maybe you didn't eat healthy, and now you're sharing on social media, doing a live video in the kitchen preparing a healthy meal. That's a change, right? So I'll give you a couple of tips there. How can you share your change on social media? The next C people buy is your commitment. Commitment. How committed are you? I shared about Kate's boyfriend before. Committed. Start waking up on Saturday mornings. He used to sleep in, and now he's up early. Attending trainings, training calls. How are you committed? If you're on this, watching this right now, you're listening to 10, let people know about it. Do a quick story about it. Let people know on social media about it. Your commitment. Your commitment gets people's attention. People are like, oh, what happened to you? And initially, they may think you're weird, but over time, it gets attention. They'll be curious. What got into you? What is this about? Your commitment gets people to believe in you. They believe in you. You know, the 3 doubts every prospect has is this for real? Can I do this? And will you help me? Most people, they struggle because they focus and just keep talking about how good the product services are or how good the company are. They forget that major reason that people don't join is they don't believe they can do it and they don't believe you can help them. So your lack of consistency is another reason why it kills them, right? If you're not consistent, they don't believe, number one, it works, and they don't believe you can help them. And they also don't believe they can do it. But when you are committed, you showing your commitment, people start believing in you. And this also applies to your downlines. If you have teams, same thing. You know, one of the things that people who do one-on-one coaching with me, they get an immediate boost when they start investing themselves, is their team sees themselves investing, and then they go, wow, this business really works. And a one-on-one coaching with them, it requires a big investment. And people are like, wow, you're investing that much into getting coaching? Then this business must be really good. And all of a sudden, you see the team, they have more activity. Because their belief in them, in their leader, their belief in the industry, the profession, the company increases. Your commitment gets people to believe in you. So, can people tell you are committed? Can people tell? You obviously are committed. You're going through this guide right now, the consistent networker. You are committed. But how can you share your commitment on social media? A lot of you don't know what to post on social media. There you go. How can you share your commitment on social media? Go share it. That's a way, right? Do a story, do a post. Let people know you have invested in yourself. Let people know you are committed. You're 100% in. The next C is consistency. People buy your consistency. Your consistency will make people believe what you have works. Your consistency, I'm going to repeat that again, will make people believe what you have works. Because if it doesn't work, you wouldn't be consistent, right? Most people in the world, they're not consistent. They quit. So the fact that you are consistent will immediately get people's attention or make them believe that what you have is good and it works. So can people tell you are consistent? Can people tell you're consistent? Because if you're not, they're not going to respect you. They're not going to buy you. They're not going to follow you. You're not going to be that leader that they want to follow. So how can you share your consistency on social media? What routines, what things can you post to let people know you're on social media? And the last thing I want to share about the social media thing is, if you do one post, don't expect to get results. That's a mistake a lot of people make. I did 1 or 2 posts. I didn't get any prospects yet. It may take time. It may take time. In the old marketing days, people said it took 21 exposures for someone to take action and buy. So that means they need to see a commercial 21 times before they order the pizza, right? They need to see 21 times. It could be a commercial, newspaper ad, or banner, or driving along the freeway, or a door hanger, something. 21 exposures. I think now in today's internet age, it's even higher than that. And when people are on social media, they're just scrolling. They're passing by. It's like driving fast on the freeway and they barely notice the billboard you put up. So if you're not getting results, they just scroll through the feed and barely saw it. That's why you have to be consistent. And also, just because you posted doesn't mean people saw it, right? It's not like when you post something, the platform's going to show to the whole world. They only show to a certain small group of people. So that's why, more important, you have to be consistent with your social media. So how can you share your consistency, share your change, share your commitment on social media? Because remember, it's so important. People buy the 3 C's: your change, your commitment, and your consistency.